Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? Hello, my darlings. I hope you all are well. I'm just grabbing my water bottle here and let me just. Oh, great. What a way to start the show. Hi, darlings. How is everyone doing? Hello, Katie. Thank you, my darling, my sweet mod, for that super sticker. You are a gem. Yeah, I'm told this desk, okay? I just can't anymore. I just can't. You guys should see the amount of bruises and bumps and dark marks that I have all over my legs because of this ridiculous desk. It's crazy. And I'm one of those people, I bruise very easily. So like the smallest little bump and I've got a bruise for like 2.5 weeks and it gets ugly. But yeah, I'm okay. This is a regular occurrence where my knee and the desk decide to make love for a moment. You know what? I bought one of these desks that you can lift the top, and it basically, when you're sitting, it rises, right? So it's a little bit higher and I can sit up straight. But what I'm doing is that I'm saving up my money to buy one of those actual stand-up desks that I can just use. And then I have like a little walking treadmill that I can put underneath it because yeah, I'm not a big fan of sitting down for long times. I feel like I'm more productive when I'm standing and I'm working and doing things, but I always I start to get lazy when I'm sitting. I can feel it. But I bought this and I feel like, yeah, I feel like it needs to get changed to a standing desk and it'll be better for my posture also. Not that my posture is well. Why would you body check a desk? Look, man, I got anger issues. Sometimes it just happens to come out on the desk, okay? I can't help it. I'm just kidding. Of course, I don't have anger issues. Hi, Martha. Hi, everyone. Well, my darlings, I stand for a living. Hey, I used to always stand when I used to work back in like a pharmacy and everything like that. Yeah. When I used to work in like my little quarantined area, mixing drugs together, making pharmaceutical pills for pharmaceutical companies. Yeah. You'd be standing 8, 9, 10 hours a day. Sometimes the only time you got to sit down was that little lunch break that you got, but it would always get interrupted with doctor phone calls and what have you, right? So I get it. I completely understand. But hello, my darlings, waitresses, 10 hours a day. Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for waitresses. I used to waitress too back in the day and during my teen years coming into like the work field. Yeah, waitressing was one of my jobs. I know there's a lot of work that has people standing on their feet. So that's why having good shoes and making sure your posture is good when you're standing is big. It helps you in the long run. But guys, I wanted to jump on here. And like I said, thank you, Katie. You are a complete gem. Thank you for sending this. I will put this towards the candy fund and for a toy for Monster. I did pick up a new toy for him, a little squeezable lamb chop holding a beach ball. I should go take a photo of it after so you guys can see. But yeah, I know we've derailed. I am. Molly is the mad scientist. It's crazy, hey? I call myself the mad scientist who spends life in a hazmat. Well, used to spend life in a hazmat suit. And it's so crazy when I would tell people what I used to do before I had my little one. They would always be like, "What? You should be like in front of a TV or something, like doing sports broadcasting, or why are you in a hazmat suit hidden from the public?" I'm like, I just like being by myself. I like my peace. I like my quiet. And people are like, oh, that's very interesting. Mad scientist. I am a mad scientist. I can make very interesting things. I know you guys are learning quite a lot about me right now, but yeah, I can make a lot of interesting medications and somewhat like you name it, from like lollipops to dissolvable cancer meds, like specialty ones, like yeah, you name it, I can do it all. But anyways, we're not here about me because unlike Meghan Markle, I don't want the attention on me. I don't care for it. That's why I don't like to also share my face too. I like my privacy. I like my peace also. But let me tell you guys what I'm here for today. If you guys didn't check out the standalone video that I uploaded the other day, it was about Meghan Markle's ridiculous complaint about her having to be at the Queen's funeral, right? The audacity. The absolute audacity of Meghan Markle having to attend the Queen's funeral. And she was complaining about how she was there for 17 days and she supposedly missed Archofficial and Invisibet, despite the fact that she never takes them anywhere with her and they are never with her, or you never, let's be honest, Meghan Markle is not dropping off her kids. Like, go away. You are so full of caca. You are not dropping off your kids. But besides that, Meghan Markle also had to take a dig at the royal family again, complaining about wearing pantyhose. Okay, number one, let me just say that this show that Netflix has with Meghan, and I'm putting my hands up here, my darlings. I'm telling you guys the truth here. I have not watched a single moment of Meghan Markle's show on Netflix. All that I have been assessing my opinions and coming to my conclusions with are just clips and images and long formats that her squaddies and other people are sharing. And with that way, I honestly don't need to watch anything of hers. And as a person who is quite critical of Meghan Markle, I wouldn't feel right going and sitting down and supporting her numbers on Netflix and watching her stuff or buying her products when I know how much of a shady fraud she is. I know that Meghan Markle takes people's data, like your information, and sells it to third-party aggregators. I know for a fact that companies that buy data is a very lucrative market where you can make a lot of money. This is what a lot of like telemarketing companies do, because they sell leads to third-party data companies, and then that's how you end up with like random messages and like, pardon me, and a whole bunch of spam or weirdos calling you. That's what happens, right? So sorry, I just had to walk over to the kitchen and turn off the pot here. I'm making some chicken soup for my little one later, and it's real chicken soup, not something out of a can or a bag and just warmed up. But so Meghan here was complaining about basically taking another dig at the royal family, talking about how she was forced to wear pantyhose. I never have to wear pantyhose again. I mean, okay, you raggedy trollop. You literally never wore pantyhose when you were a member of the royal family, because in some odd reason you thought you could modernize the monarchy and your thoughts were amazing, and that no, pantyhose is an old thing. Whereas if you actually knew, pantyhose and stockings, they actually cover up, like, say, if you nick your leg while shaving, if you have like a scar or something, it just makes your legs look good. You can buy sheer ones, you can buy really nice ones that match your skin tone. They're not like the thick, ugly ones that they used to have, like, say, back in the 50s or back in the 30s. Well, I don't know. I think pantyhose from back then was pretty sexy too, but this woman basically complains about everything. She's always got to take a dig at the royal family. She's always showing us that she always has to bite the hand that feeds her. We call them, what else are they called? There's pantyhose. There's also what is the other name? Not tights, but there is something. But look, I love wearing pantyhose during the summer, or tights as some people call it, not during the summer, but during the winter, because as someone who is always cold, stockings, that's what it is. Thank you, Julie. Jewelry. My talking is way off today. I've been gone through the ringer the last week, so I feel like I just am a gibbered mess, but hang in there with me, my darlings, okay? What I wanted to say is that Meghan is such a nasty individual that she always bites the hand that feeds her. You need to remember that at the end of the day, had Meghan Markle not married Prince Harry, nobody would know who she is. She wouldn't have the interviews that she's having right now. She wouldn't have the deals with Netflix, Spotify, Apple TV, the sit down with Bloomberg media or whatever. She wouldn't have any of these opportunities that she has because of who she married. She doesn't realize this. In her delusional mind, she thinks, I got here by myself, probably. Like, I got here because I'm Meghan Markle and I deserve this. What? What have you done to deserve where you are besides, swallow bananas and lay on your back or bruise your knees? But what I wanted to get into here is, let me show you the clip that I have for you. And I have to just stop it because it's a little bit longer than the 15 seconds that you don't get dinged for. But let me show you. So this is the clip, and Nancy Sidley had shared this.
That's a silly example.
Oops, let me just pull it back. And this is what she was asked. And oh my God, I'm sorry, guys, grab the barf buckets.
So I think probably it was different.
You can see how the mask already slips when she's ready to lie, because look at this jaw. Look at this. She's always angry. If you haven't noticed this about Meghan Markle, she's always angry because she is not happy with herself. If you were a person who was genuinely confident with yourself, who was happy with your life, who was happy with what you have and was grateful, you wouldn't have these facial reactions all the time. And I feel like Meghan's face always gives her away because this is how she really feels. Yeah, Maureen, you're right. We're only aware of Markle because she married the village idiot that nobody wanted. That should have been a red flag right there. But let me just share this with you, and then let's just quickly debunk this, okay?
So I think probably it was different several years ago where I couldn't be as vocal, and
I don't know what she's talking about. Like, several years ago, I couldn't be as vocal. This woman hasn't shut her trap since 2016 when she got Harry and she put her claws into him. Her trap has always been open. I showed you guys a clip from Archetypes where she says this also. That was what? 3 years ago? I can finally share my voice with you guys. Geez, you've been sharing your voice for the last 5 years, and what have you said? Absolutely nothing. Let me continue.
I had to wear nude pantyhose all the time. Let's be honest, that was not very myself. I hadn't seen pantyhose since movies in the 80s when they came in the little egg. That felt a little bit inauthentic.
Okay. So Meghan's complaining that because she had to wear nude pantyhose, she felt inauthentic. But let me just tell you this. Meghan didn't feel inauthentic when she was wearing all the wigs that she wears. Meghan doesn't feel inauthentic when she would slather herself with bronzer. Meghan doesn't feel inauthentic with all the fake eyelashes that she wears. Meghan doesn't feel inauthentic with this whole act of being Mother Teresa, who has compassion towards her family and is a loving mother. You don't feel inauthentic doing all of this, but yet you want to complain? I felt inauthentic because the royal family made me wear nude pantyhose. Number one, bitch, where were you wearing nude pantyhose? Because this is bare legs. You flounced protocol at every chance you got because you thought you could make it modern. Look again. No pantyhose, and it looks like this, her knees look like, this looks like a Shar-Pei in her knees. I don't know, whenever I look at her knees in this photo, it feels like I got a dog looking at me in her knees. I don't get it. Okay, maybe it's just me. I'm just saying, guys. Oh, what happened to my comments here? There we go. Let me just also show you here. Where? This was when they went to Hamilton, where she made sure to oil up her legs, but wear the sheer stockings, here. This was when you're in Australia on your first royal tour. Girl, you didn't even know how to wear Spanx or anything, let alone stockings. The royal family was trying to class up a gutter brat who had no business being in the royal family. But because the royals couldn't say no to Harry, they allowed a talentless Soho escort into the family, and they tried to make her a, respectable woman. Exactly, Sarah. I was saying this earlier. Pantyhose smooths everything out and makes it look better. Definitely. 100%. But let me also show you this, my darlings, because sometimes I can be a little bit petty, okay? Because I know that Meghan says that wearing stockings makes her feel inauthentic. So I guess her getting banged up against a filing cabinet and sucking dick on screen like she did in 90210 is more up Meghan Markle's alley and how she feels more authentic than following royal protocol. Am I correct? I'm just making a point here. That's all. Is that what makes her feel more authentic about herself? Pantyhose holds up the moon bumps, but even then she didn't wear pantyhose. Even then. Always complain, always explain, Meghan. Exactly, Katie. I love that. Pantyhose stops easy access. And that is the next point that I am getting to, because I just had to, being myself and how I am some days, I just had to say that Meghan Markle here is wearing thigh-high stockings. Okay, this was for her role in CSI when she was playing a maid, and she was the sexy maid, obviously. See, you never hear her complaining about this, right? Because you know why? Because these give her easy access to her vagine, let's say. Of course, the royal family wanted her to close her legs for a few moments, but no, she wants something that she can always have easy access, stockings to. I mean, Breathe Me also showed that, well, this is why Meghan can't wear nude stockings, because she is a complete mess also. Personally, myself, I thought she's someone who would always swallow, but it seems like she spits, and she spat it all over her own foot. Disgusting. But I just want to show you the fact that Meghan complains about this is complete bullshit, because not only does she need to air her fishy bearded clam, but Meghan has worn stockings before the royal family. What's the issue? Let me show you here where she posted a selfie of herself on the TIG of herself in, what is this? Black stockings. So what is the problem? Just wearing nude stockings is the problem? The ding dong can't get anything right. No, she definitely can't. Here she is wearing black stockings, and not only is she wearing black stockings before the royal family, she has worn stockings after the royal family when she exited to go live her so-called private life. Remember when her and Harry were at the Katy Perry concert in Vegas? Meghan was wearing black stockings under her dress. That was what, 2 years ago? A year ago? With this bitchy look on her face. Look at this. Her resting, complete bitch face. This is so funny. You got Benji Madden here, who is worth 10 times more than Meghan. You had Benji Madden's wife, Cameron Diaz, who's worth multi-millions herself. You had Nicole Richie, Lionel Richie's daughter. You had Zoe Saldana, a Hollywood actress. I think she was in Avatar. Yeah, she was the one in Avatar. There was people here that were worth more dollar amount than Meghan, but only Meghan is the one with a bald ass headed bodyguard, because they are in danger. They needed their bodyguard to travel with them on the private jet. I mean, how stupid do you look? I always come with the receipts here. I always come with the receipts. I always come with the fact that this woman is always lying. She can never, ever tell the truth, ever. I don't understand. I don't get it. Why? Why do you lie about such little things if people are saying, no, that's not pantyhose? Let me show you another image. Hold on. This is Katie. This is the article that I'm showing. Let me just copy this so I can put it here for you guys. There you go, because I didn't share this in the description box below. But this is the link to the article I'm showing, and you can clearly see Meghan is wearing black pantyhose. Now, moving along from this, the one thing that these clips and everyone that is showing from as or with love Meghan, whatever the hell she wants to portray herself being, like a loving, caring person who shows up for her friends, when in reality we see that she has no friends, she has no family, she doesn't even like being around her own friends. Now, this is what I have an issue with, because Meghan has so many mask slips, but this mask slip was especially telling. And shout out to Tumi Yuki, who had tagged me, because Tumi had tagged me asking me, us and a couple others, if they had seen anyone react to alcohol in the way that Meghan does. And then I just happened to isolate this moment. So this scene is with her alleged good friend Heather Dorak, who Meghan has known for apparently 20 years, keeps her in her back pocket, pulls her out whenever she needs her. And I know that Heather and her family have a private jet, so that could be one of the reasons why. But watch this clip, okay? I don't know if there's any sound. Oh. So there's no sound in this clip, but here, do you see how Meghan acts for an alcoholic drink? First of all, in my opinion, number one, I feel like Meghan Markle is an alcoholic. Netflix has shown us that Meghan Markle cannot go a scene without guzzling a drink down her esophagus. And even look at the look where I isolated it, first of all. And I put into a different post, which I will show you in a second. But the full clip, let me show you, but it doesn't show this moment here. Let me show you, because I know Nancy Sidley had shared it, because I caught a very good dig towards Meghan. Let me share it with you guys here, and then we'll get into that. It's like, give me the drink. The issue is that I feel like Meghan was pissed off that Heather took the drink first and took a sip and decided to try it first. Maybe for the first time, Meghan and Heather was like, you know what? I want to be first for the first time. I'm going to have a sip of this drink. Or maybe the gentleman even offered it to Heather first and not Meghan. So Meghan's like chewing on her little pinky nail, like give me the fucking drink. I should have that drink first, not you. Like, these are the voices in her head, right? And then when you see the way that she goes and grabs at it, like, gimme, it's like, that is the behavior I would expect from a child. But this is the clip. It just doesn't show the bullying part, but let me share it with you guys here.
Put some ice. How did you get your mixology?
They, like, Netflix, she can't even, you see that it even pains Meghan to ask other people questions to make it seem like she has some interest, because the issue with Meghan is that it's always about her. It's always people giving her compliments, which I've pointed out to you guys, where like the creator of Tatcha, the makeup brand, the cosmetics brand, the brand that has really high-end creams and lotions, they don't really work. And Daniel Martin, Meghan's friend, is one of their brand ambassadors. Basically, I showed you a clip where she is praising Meghan. Thank you for coming into my life and showing me everything. Like, bitch, what did Meghan Markle, what did this girl who is known for like giving BJs and is a Soho House escort, what is she gonna teach you? Right? So now you see that in this episode, they tried to make it seem like she's more personable, where she's talking to people and asking, like she cares about them. But you see the mask slip right away. You see it right here. Let me start it and I'll shut the hell up.
Put some ice.
How did you get into mixology?
Like, was it that hard for you to ask him something about him and it wasn't about you, Meghan? Hello? What? And just because you're wearing that stupid Cartier nail necklace around, like, you are so new money, it stinks. But sorry, guys, I know I keep pausing it. This is a masterclass on Meghan's narcissism and alcoholism. And you know what? I will give Netflix, like, thank you for showing us exactly how much of a narcissist Meghan is. This is what people have to deal with on a daily basis when they're working with her.
How did I get it? That's a very good question. So I was a lawyer in New York, and did you watch Suits? No, no. I don't watch basic cable.
Oh, that's a burn. That's a burn. You know, Meghan was like, you cocksucker. How dare you not watch me on Suits? Let me go back here, okay? So you guys can watch. Like, she honestly thinks that everyone watches Suits. Do you see how she asked him a question, but when he was in the middle of answering it, she just had to make it about herself? Like, did you watch Suits? Like, you think every real life lawyer, solicitor has watched Suits just because it's a pretend rip-off show off of Mad Men and you were on it, Meghan? You wench. Watch this.
How did I get it? That's a very good question. So I was a lawyer in New York, and did you watch Suits? No, no. I don't watch basic cable.
What is this? First of all, what is this? Look. For where he did you watch Suits? Meghan, only 1 million people watch Suits, okay? There's over like 3 billion people in this world, okay? Look at her face here. Hold on. Let me see. What is this? What is this laugh? With the tongue out and everything. You sound, this laugh reminds me of my horse. No, well, not my horse, but of the horse that I saw at the farm recently. Like, but this very much shows off Meghan's cavities. It shows that she has smoker's teeth right here. And it really, you need to stop this act where you think everything is so cute and funny. But let's just watch this through. I'll shut up because this was an incredible burn. And I feel like I was the only one who pointed out, like this was a jab to Meghan. Like, I don't watch basic cable. I'm not that low. Come on. I watch cable, man.
Put some ice.
How did you get into mixology?
How did I get it? That's a very good question. So I was a lawyer in New York, and
did you watch Suits?
No, no. I don't watch basic cable.
How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Absolutely how embarrassing. I don't know who this man is. I got to look up his stuff. Apparently, he is an incredible mixologist who came out with a margarita named after Hedy Lamarr. He calls it the Hedy Lamargarita. And I should look up about him and maybe do a story about him, but he seems interesting. So in this clip, because that was the clip that Nancy Sidley shared, where you don't see where I isolated, where Toomey later shared here, where you see her bullying behavior right here. Look at this look. This is a woman that you're supposedly friends with for like 20 years, and this is the look you give her? What, because she had a sip before you? That's wild. That gives you a lot of insight to how she is as a regular person. She is very all about herself. That's it. And Margie, I do feel like maybe they could be using the extra clippings and make like a B-reel out of it. I hope they do, because I had said that on my Twitter page not too long ago. I said to Netflix, hey, Netflix, if you actually want to make a show that everyone will watch, release the outtakes and like the back end B-roll footage of Meghan Markle and her reactions, because that is the real Meghan Markle, and that is who we want to see. That will make you your money back. That will do it. They could have edited all of this out, but you see, if Meghan treats a good person that she knows for 20 years like this, you realize why she doesn't have any friends. Margie M, thank you, my darling, for the super sticker. That's very kind and generous of you. And thank you, 007 for the 99-pound super sticker. I appreciate you guys so much. But look, this episode of With Love Meghan shows that she has no love at all for anyone but herself. You notice how it always has to be everyone is giving her some kind of recognition. Even when she talks about moments, like there is a moment where she talks about Lily allegedly says, "Oh, that's so beautiful, Mama." Or she shares another story about Archie and she's like, "Oh, Mama, you did so good." But yet you never hear Meghan saying that she compliments these phantom hostage children, right? It's very telling. It is very, very telling. It is very creepy. 3 bags full. Could you imagine being a friend with her? No, I could not imagine at all being a friend to her or with her. Or, you know what? I'm the kind of woman where I will always put my friendships with women before men. I always say chicks before dicks, okay? But a woman that you can tell is a two-faced snake, is a liar, who is a backstabber, I don't like those kinds of women. I treat women with respect until you give me a reason not to treat you with respect. I don't talk bad about someone that I hardly don't know. The reason why some people might say, well, Mole, you talk bad about Meghan and you don't know her. Well, I am being critical of what she is sharing with us. But the fact I say in my real life too, I'm not going to go and talk bad about people that I don't know and shit talk people and like talk bad about them because XYZ said something until I actually know them and they do something personally to me. That's just how I am. That's it. Meghan Markle puts herself out there. She wants to be worldwide. She wants to be global. And it's biting her in the ass at every single turn. I have always said, and I'll always say this again, I feel like Meghan's karma for the way she treated the Queen, for how she made the Queen's life so miserable for her in the end, her failures, the fact that she will never be successful, people will see her for who she is, will be Meghan's karma for how she treated the Queen. I bet you the Queen is just looking down being like, one fail, another fail on the marks for Meghan. That would be hilarious. You could just see the Queen like sitting back, like, yep. Hold on. There's a picture of the Queen that I love. That's a total mood. Hold on. Let me find it because this photo basically sums up this entire moment for me. Okay. And I need to find it. Laying on lounger. Hold on. She had her feet up and let me see if I can find it. There was an image of Queen Elizabeth. Here we go. Found it. This image of Queen Elizabeth is so badass to me. And it's after, this photo is her after a ceremonial reception that she had. And I feel like right now, Queen Elizabeth is up in the heavens. She's looking down at Meghan's failing projects like, yep, that's right, bitch. You ain't never going to succeed because of what you did to me. This is just the vibes I get. This is pure mood vibes for me right now. When I see the fact that Taylor Swift's engagement announcement overshadowed and dropped Meghan Markle's, I was like, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Like it was... I was cackling like a hyena, okay? I was cackling like a hyena. It was great because apparently Taylor and Travis Kelce got engaged on August 10th and Taylor held on to this. She could have dropped it whenever she wanted. She could have posted about it whenever she wanted. It's just very, very telling. But also, I have to say that it was Blake Lively's birthday that day. That also, it was her 38th birthday, but who cares about Blake Lively? This is so much better. But anyways, darlings, I'm going to get out of here because I've got a couple videos that I want to make for you guys about a couple different topics. And yeah, I want to... I want to get on that. It's going to be good. But yeah, I miss the Queen. I totally miss the Queen. European World Traveler says Taylor probably planned out the entire engagement announcements to drop right before. Fantastic. Look, I bet you Taylor knew. Every woman knows when they are about to get proposed to, right? So I'm sure Taylor knew. I'm sure, like, come on. PR games and getting back at people, it's a tit for tat and it's a dirty game in the US here. Media games and stuff, it is a messy game, but I love it. And I love the fact that Meghan's screams could be heard from Montecito, because I swear that the moment Taylor's news of her announcement dropped, okay? And the moment her Instagram handle, like she got over 10 million likes in like 5 minutes. I could hear this. Ready? I could hear this, and I'm all the way in LA. I could hear screaming into a pillow like 200 kilometers away. She's in Montecito. All I heard was, Taylor, you bitch! That's probably exactly what happened. There's no more crockery to break. All we hear is screams into the yard. You bitch! Anyways, my darlings, I need to get out of here. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that Meghan has worn pantyhose in the past. She has worn it after being a member of leaving the royal family. She's not a nice person. She is a bully. And, this is who Meghan is. And I'd like to actually thank Netflix for highlighting her pure narcissism and bullying behavior on display. She definitely isn't a rock star, that's for sure. Anyways, my darlings, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I know that people aren't getting notifications, so you're going to have to do the whole pain in the butt thing where you unsubscribe from everything and all notifications and then resubscribe and then refollow all the notifications or whatever it is that you need to do. But my darlings, make sure you're following me because I got a couple of videos for you guys that you aren't going to want to miss. It's a bit of a mess here, okay? And I'd like to thank Netflix and Meghan for all the content they have supplied us because this is hilarious to me. Anyways, my lovelies, I'm out of here. I hope you all have a good one. Thank you to my mods, and I will catch you in the next one. Toodaloo, my darlings. Bye.